everyone, and welcome to Divine Debut 11. This is Kathy speaking, and I hope that you're all doing well. Today is the 5th of August of 2025, and the messenger is here. And you can take this reading as a timeless reading as well, even though I give you the date and we do talk a little bit about the astrology. I hope that you're all okay, as we don't have easy astrological influences at this time. Let me just open the chart just for a moment, and showing you here the moon is transiting through Sagittarius at this time, but this is what we're coming up to. As you can see, Mars is at the late degrees of Virgo and opposing Saturn and Neptune. Okay, Saturn is an authority figure, he's the law. Mars is the will, the drive, where you're putting your energy. You're coming up to an opposition, so don't take part in any warlike energies. We may see collectively that there is some opposition. You know, I usually see the Saturn as a general, you know. He gives the orders. Mars is the action. Mars is the warrior, the soldier. But we're coming up to oppositions the next few days, and it's not going to be an easy next few days, my dear friends. So stay put. Keep away from trouble. Take your foot off the pedal. Take a deep breath. Okay. As tomorrow the moon will ingress into Capricorn, which is a Saturn ruled sign. It's all about putting in the effort, staying grounded, okay, and being more mature about things. We do have some help as well, though. We've got a beautiful kite configuration here with the outer planets Pluto and Uranus, and the peak. The peak is Saturn and Neptune. Remember, Saturn is the boundaries. Neptune can dissolve the boundaries, but Saturn can also help build on a dream. Logically, it's not easy because Neptune is stronger than Saturn, so building on this dream requires extra effort. We do have the blessing here of Venus in Cancer coming up to Jupiter. Blessings. We do have protection as well, as Jupiter is exalted here in the sign of Cancer. Okay, so that's all I wanted to tell you about the astrology. Remember, the moon in Sagittarius is optimistic, being able to see the bigger picture. Some of you may be wanting to emotionally connect with people that are in foreign lands, go visit family. Moon in Sagittarius is about seeing the glass half full rather than half empty. But remember that we've got those, you know, that tough opposition, as Mars is at the anaretic degree of Virgo, and the 29th actually degree of Virgo, which is where we're going to have an eclipse on the 21st of September. So mark your calendar with what's going on now. It may show up again for you in September. So we are using the Cosmic Tarot today, and let's take the Karma Dharma from this deck here, this plastic deck, 3D deck. We're going to take 3 cards from the Psychic Tarot of the Heart for love. We'll be taking the Mystic Moon Oracles, as we always do, to look at the psyche. Some Lenormand from Veronica Tribini, and the Mythic Oracle, message from the gods. Okay, as I am coming to complete the love readings for Patreon for the month of August. Very special happy birthday to a special friend who's celebrating her birthday today. Remember, if you're celebrating your birthday round about now, from now until the 11th of August, you will have those challenging, that challenging opposition from Mars to Saturn and Neptune in Aries. Remember, Mars rules Aries, and Mars is going to enter Libra when we will have the exact opposition the next couple of days, but Mars is going to be in the house that Saturn loves to be in, and Saturn is in the house that Mars rules. So there's a little bit of help where both Mars and Saturn are becoming stronger, even though they're in weak positions. Let's say in the signs that they're in, they are helping each other to become stronger. So it's like a moment of truth, a moment of seeing what is coming in. That's going to be a bit of a ride. So that will be, of course, personally, but also collectively and in the world. Let's see what's going on. What does the messenger bring us today? Thank you, Spirit, for your guidance and your advice. What's going on? We've got a very cool day today, as from last night here in Greece. The temperature has dropped like 10 degrees, so it's nice. It's nice. You can actually breathe, and we've got some rain as well. Not only a cooling of the weather, so much needed cooling of the weather. Let's go. Let's take a 9-card spread today. Thank you, Spirit. What is the focus? The World card. Let's take the 9 cards. We've got the Emperor, the Page of Swords, the Hierophant, we have the 8 of Cups, 10 of Cups, we've got the 8 of Pentacles. Look to the 8th of the month, 8th of August. Well, Lion's Gate, the 8th of the 8th. Interesting that one will be. We've got the 6 of Swords, and we have the 7 of Wands. Okay. And at the foundation we have the Justice card. Beautiful. Libran energy, major arcana. This is like having the ability to see, you know, x-ray vision. You could see here she's got the ability, the know-how, the intelligence to see through anything that has been unclear, let's say. It is showing like an eclipse here, even though sun and moon of course can be full moon, new moon, and eclipses. That's what they are. But we are heading up to a full moon in Aquarius, which is going to be quite enlightening on the 9th. So the day after Lion's Gate, we've got a full moon in Aquarius. Up until the 11th, we will be still facing hardships, as Mercury will also turn direct in the sign of Leo, right? And of course, Lion's Gate is in the epoch of Leo, so it is very significant. Look to the Leo part of your chart. 9 of Swords, lots of worries. This could be anything legal. Someone's not sleeping well at night because of injustices, because of forthcoming legalities. Could be anything to do with the law, natural law, physical law, anything to do with communication, information, right? Because we've got a lot of air here, so we do have fire. We're in a period of fire. We've got strong fire, strong air, which is the energies are going really quickly. Even though we're in retrograde season, time just isn't enough in the day. We've got to, you've got to think quickly on your feet. What is this worry about? We've got a Prince of Pentacles, which is the Knight of Pentacles. Virgo comes through. Something to do with really slow or even stopped energies in the past. Things are starting to happen now quickly. As you can see, the swords are coming from behind him, so it's like things have been unexpected themes have come in to bring a lot of worry and a lot of anxiety. And you can also see some sort of a building here, something that's been built, it could be metaphorical or literal, that's coming down, that's breaking down. So something that was planned towards the future, it's like plans did not go exactly how one expected them to, right? I mean, we make plans and God laughs at our plans, because the plan is the divine. You know, what God wants for us, what spirit has got the upper hand. Remember, major arcana cards, they are the hand of spirit, the hand of God. So whatever's going on, justice, Libra's relationships, it is partnerships, and it's also legalities. Remember, Mars is going to enter Libra, and Mars doesn't like Libra one bit, because he's away from home, right? And Libra is a Venus ruled sign. He's not comfortable there. He needs to have tact, and Mars is not about tact. He's about fire, energy surge. And remember, Mars rules Aries, and not too much about thought, but more about action. Whereas Libra is air, it's perception, it's cerebral, right? So we see an Emperor here, but the main focus is the World card. Obviously, the World card can speak to an ending of a major cycle, but also a possible accomplishment or a closing up of a cycle, or dealing with a foreigner, someone who could be at a physical distance. So we've got the Eight of Cups and then the Ten of Cups, plus the Hierophant here. Page of Swords, of course, could be a child. This could be a father and a child, something to do with a marriage. This could also be a contract if we're talking about business. But we see the Emperor here connected to the Eight of Cups. We see that some of his cups are down, and he seems really, really upset, really worried, feeling helpless and hopeless. He was hoping to find those 10 cups, but didn't succeed in doing that. And I mean, it's got to do with the past, right? We've got past, present, future, past, present, and future. So this is the outgoing Eight of Pentacles, which is again the Virgo energy, about, you know, working away diligently, or being more about the details, let's say, or possibly also not, because we're not reading reversals, not being too much about the details because of some urgent matter, which I see here. We've got the Knight of Pentacles. He's sitting on the Six of Wands. Six of Wands does speak to recognition, success, being congratulated, succeeding with something nevertheless, or this could be someone that's well known in their community. You know, Six of Wands is a Leo energy. So I don't know if you're dealing with, because we did have some strong Virgo indications here, but also, of course, Leo has been mentioned, and because of the South Node, you know, Mars has recently gone over the South Node in Virgo, which the South Node in Virgo is like the corpse. It's like, it's that dead weight, it's the dead skin that we need to let go of to take off our backs, right? And it's very karmic indeed. Remember, the South Node in Virgo, that's like Saturn, where you're putting in the effort for something, whether it's business, whether it's love, whether it's family relationships, whether it's parent-child relationships. You're putting in so much effort with Virgo transiting, with Mars transiting through Virgo and passing over that South Node. And being goal-orientated, but it's brought up issues. It's like brought up things that need to be looked at. A lot of karmic stuff that we need to face. It's like facing the music. And as Mars has been transiting through Virgo, obviously, he's been igniting the eclipses, the past eclipses, late last year, early this year, and the fourth coming in September, which is just around the corner. So we can say we've sort of entered eclipse season now. So themes have come up, obviously. You know, Virgo, Leo. Okay, so maybe these are themes relative to the recent past, or you may be dealing with someone who has got those energies strongly in their chart. That could be your energy. I know we've got a few Virgo, Leo people here. But I'm going to say that the Six of Wands, which, you know, Leo, grandiose, successful, larger than life. And then we've got the Knight of Pentacles, which is Virgo. It's like a humbling, going from the Leo, I can do whatever, you know, I'm the boss, and then being the servant, which Virgo would be, the person who does the work behind the scenes. And Virgo does the work, let's say, and Leo receives the accolades. We can say that as well, because Virgo likes to, the energy of Virgo is, I'm doing the work behind the scenes. Virgo does not like to be seen so much. It's Virgo likes to take second position, we can say as well. Let others lead. So there's like a humbling energy here, and it is connected here. Nine of Swords is the worry ward. It is a lot of worry here. And it could be around work, yes. It could be something that seemed to be successful, maybe went awry, went the other way. Some sort of karma is playing out here, whatever that is. And it is associated here, I want to say, with this Emperor, which we see him being humbled here. And it is connected to work, or where he's putting his effort, right? Also money matters, you know, career, money, they are all connected. I feel like there's been a humbling of the ego here. Okay, even if we look at, you know, the Emperor, of course, which could be any sign, mainly Aries, Taurus. We've got the fixed signs here as well. Taurus, Scorpio, Leo, and Aquarius. And we've got the Seven of Wands. Here it doesn't look like he's actually having a hard time. He feels like he's in his comfort zone. He's more like doing a dance than, you know, having a hard time dealing with the opposition that's coming from outside of him, from around him. And of course this would be, for me, this would be more the accolades of a journey coming up to a close, a life journey, or, because remember the World card is an accomplishment, but it's also an ending. It's also an ending, and that's what we also see here with the Ten of Cups, which is wrapping something up. Okay, before we continue, let's take the Karma Dharma card, which I think we should look at, right? So what's going on with the Karma Dharma at this time? So we've got Gemini here with the Page of Swords as well, Taurus, Pisces, the four fixed signs, and yeah, we already mentioned Libra, Leo, strong Virgo. Let's see what is the Karma Dharma at this point. We've got Justice. Well, incredible. No, it's not incredible, because Spirit knows best. And that's what we do in this reading. We read energetically as we're looking at the planets and what they're, or how they're affecting us. Spirit will always try and bring in what's good for us, even though at some points we may have harder energies than easier ones, but there's always a close balance. Sometimes the scales tip a little bit more towards the harder energies, but I do feel personally that something is coming in that's really, that you've worked really hard for. And we know the Emperor doesn't sit in his throne after being lazy. This is someone who's put in a lot of effort. They've receive the accolades. They're the one that's able to lead. Okay. Sometimes, yes, the Emperor can be quite controlling. And, you know, the fact that we've got the Justice card, and it's going to be very significant as Mars is going to enter Libra very soon, and then oppose, you know, those blocked energies, that blocked Saturn. They're two malefic planets, Mars and Saturn. They're both malefic planets. Now, also, Mars is going to oppose Neptune as well. So that's like, you know, we're needing to take off those rose-colored glasses. We're needing to see what we can salvage, what we can let go of. What is the test here? Because we are under a test. But Spirit is saying that justice will come through balance. And remember, Libra is also tact and diplomacy, right? Careful with words, because words can cut like knives. Just be careful with what you communicate. Of course, in partnerships, all relationships, love, family, so on and so forth. But we see, I mean, here, the Hierophant. We see the Hierophant with the X-ray vision, right? It could see straight through the veil. And maybe that's from, I don't know, I mean, this Emperor could be checking out someone's social media. We've got the Page of Swords, all through some communication. He's given the inside information, let's say. It could be about a contract, it could be about a family situation, or it could be about a commitment. So we know tens speak to endings. We've got two cards that speak to completion. You know, a completion of a cycle, a restart once there is a completion. 8 of Cups, 10 of Cups, which breaks down to an ace. There's been some emotional disappointment, but there will be breakthrough, I feel. I don't feel like it's going to be a disappointment that's going to last. It's some sort of a disappointment, or taking a couple steps back, because that's how things needed to happen. I do see that moving forward, it will be different. It's like being kept back, but that's like a blessing in disguise I'm getting here. So we see an Emperor here, whoever this is in your life, after an emotional challenge, ending, closing up of a cycle. They've thrown themselves into work, or putting in effort to try and release any hard challenges from the past, because we've got the 6 of Swords here, and the 6 of Swords it comes after the 5, and to me that's like, you know, having battle with many, whether it's perception, words, legalities. So putting in more effort, let's not give up yet, says the 8 of Cups. Not all cups are spilt. And that could be also the illusion here, that, and you could be dealing with this Emperor, let's say, and there's been an illusion that everything's lost. And then comes the accomplishment, and the 10 of Cups is also a card of bliss. So it's sort of like back and forth energies here. So 6 of Swords is like transitioning towards something that's going to be so much easier. Like you've done this before, you've been here, done that. That's the energy that I'm getting. Let's see what's going on in love with the Psychic Tarot of the Heart, before we take a little bit more information. Travel is also on the cards. Movement, transitioning from, for some of you, some sort of a disappointment. Someone's got a little bit of bad taste in their mouth. Something to do with a hopeful success which didn't go that well. So someone's releasing, taking some time out, but then coming back because there's like a turnaround here. An unexpected hope, let's say. Going on in love. What's going on in love? What's going on in love? Thank you, Spirit, for your guidance. We've got the Empress here. We've got the Rest and Reconsider, 9 of Wands. And we've got the Throat Chakra. And the Throat Chakra, of course, speaks to the way we communicate. Okay, what we say, what we speak of. So Spirit is saying nurture, be patient. We've got the Emperor and we've got the Empress here. She's got the ability to attract, to guide. She does speak to abundance. She does speak to personal power. As you can see, the sun is behind her. So she knows her worth. She knows that through patience and through nurturing, she can, reach the highest point. She is Venus, Taurus, Libra come through again. And then we've got Rest and Reconsider, 9 of Wands. It's like the female, the divine feminine has gone through a lot. She's exhausted. It's like she's waiting on some message, some communication. But patience is what's called for here. Remember, the Throat Chakra, it does rule, it comes under Taurus, because Taurus rules the throat. This could be a blocked throat chakra, the inability to speak one's truth, to be more verbal and more truthful, because, just as Libra is about communication and wanting equal relationships and a balance of give and take. Okay, I want to take a few cards here to get a little bit more information. I want to look at that 9 of Wands, because both cards here speak to patience. Be patient. The communication will come in. It will be more, let's say, more easy at the right time. It's like a little bit of patience, a little bit of, get focus on what you're doing daily. Focus on other things at this time, because you're going to be gliding through once the information comes in. There's some news. Someone's taking their sweet old time. Rest and reconsider. Someone's on holiday. Someone's gone away. Someone needs time. Let's see. We've got, an ending here. The Death card, Scorpio. Unless you're dealing with a Scorpio who is usually very, Scorpio, Taurus, we've got here someone that's not very verbal, very mystical. Wow. Okay. There is exhaustion here. But also someone needs time to overcome any fears. The fear of intimacy. The fear of openness. The fear of speaking truthfully. And of course the devil also speaks to timing. We've got the 3 of Cups. So the news that you're going to be waiting on, or you have been waiting on. 3 of Cups is a celebration. It is happiness. It's like getting together. It's finding out good news. But that may take a little bit of time. Remember, Mars is opposite. Mars is our will, our drive, and what we want to accomplish. And Saturn, opposite, is saying no, not yet. There are themes that need to be looked at. There's work that needs to be done. Still. Oh, never a dull moment. Let's see what this... what this 8 of Cups is about. I wanted to see what the disappointment is here. Let's look at the Emperor. Justice, 3 times. Libra comes through very strongly. Legalities. What is the World card? Ace of Cups, long distance love, or something that's going to complete, is going to bring an opportunity for a new happy beginning. It could be anything creative. It's that, you know, it's a gift from spirit. It's a gift from above. What is the Page of Swords? What's that information or the spying? It's like returning back to a past situation. Remember that Page of Swords is Gemini, Mercury's retrograde. We've got the 8, right? The infinity symbol here, returning back to a past situation. 8, Lionsgate, that may be an interesting portal for you. Let's see what this X-ray vision with the Hierophant is all about. 7 of Wands, so something, yeah, it's the information that comes in. It's that X-ray vision, which would be Scorpio. Someone's got the ability to pierce through and see what's hidden, which information, as I said again, is powerful. And this is like going against the odds, but having the information, the know-how to move forward. Let's see, there's the 5 of Swords, we've got the 6 here. So, recent past, let's say. The recent past, there's a battle going on. There's a battle going on. And when we see here that this Emperor thinks that it's all a done deal, but maybe that's when the actual portal opens, because, and we've got a couple of tunes, so it's got a lot to do with decisions. Let's take one more on this sad face here. We've got a King of Swords. Aquarius, Gemini, or Libra. The Aquarius full moon may bring the information. There may be communication and some truths about what's been going on, what's the hold up, what's the disappointment. Let's take one more on the King of Swords. What's that information? And it's connected to work. It's connected to someone's daily life, work life, health, also health. Health could also be a bit of an issue here, because we've got addictions here. Someone being exhausted, having gone through a lot. This Empress, we know patience is her forte, right? She knows, though, that the seed that has been planted is growing. And, you know, Nine of Wands is coming to the end of the hardships. She's still standing. She's still got the ability to hold someone up, hold them up emotionally, psychologically, through loving, nurturing, and a motherly love, let's say. What is this 8 of Pentacles? 8 of Cups. So it's like, you know how planets go retrograde? I mean, they pass over the degrees that they're going to retrograde over. They come back again as they're retrograding, and then they station to turn direct again. So it's like I'm going forward, then going back, then going forward again. See, this is what's going on with this Emperor here. But maybe that's the lesson here, because we do see the 8 of Cups again, and it is connected to this Emperor. Let's take one more on that 8 of Cups. High Priestess. We've got the High Priest and the High Priestess. There could be a spiritual connection here as well. It's as though it's taken a lot of hard work, or work has held back. Any work which is effort. Doesn't have to be physical work. It could be there's so much going on, let's say, for this Emperor, that it's just been too hard for them to put in the effort. Let's say moving towards tranquility, moving towards this High Priestess, which could be someone that's guiding them. Could be a spiritual connection as well. This could be someone that's ready to make the effort to move towards the unknown as they're trusting their gut. What's that 10 of Cups? What's that 10 of Cups about? Ace of Swords. This is like cutting away. 5 and 1 is 6 swords. Speaking the truth. Yeah, the Hermit. Having seen the light, having the clarity and an opportunity towards victory, moving towards victory, because there's enlightenment here. There's also, if you're dealing with someone that has been, in a rut concerning addictive behaviors, or, the use of addictive drugs, medicines, whatever, they could be visiting a doctor, holistic healer, whatever. They're going through healing. They're going through healing. Show me the Six of Swords. Actually, I want to take one more on this Ace. And this is also someone that's got indecision about speaking the truth. Speaking their truth. Remember the blocked throat chakra. What's the Ace of Cups? Yeah, someone needing to be patient, or Leo, someone needing to have the confidence to close up a major life cycle, speak their truth, grab the opportunity. And remember, the World card is Venus ready to go through a rebirth. Well, Leo is about confidence, about taking charge, taking a risk as well. But this is like trying to tame that wild beast from within. Let's take one more on the Strength card. Yeah, someone needing strength to make that decision, to overcome any dilemmas as well, any doubts. What's the Six of Swords? Judgment. So second chances, a resurrection here. Yes, this is Plutonian energy. So there's a message coming through from Spirit. It's time now to transition. Second chances are here. Come towards easier energies, but through crisis, I'm going to say. We do have the guidance of Archangel Michael here. After a death, an ending process, a chapter, very important chapter for us. This is collective but also personal, my dear friends, and I feel that once we come over this opposition of Mars, Saturn and Neptune in Aries, I feel that we get a bit of a breather, but also we're heading towards September, which there are some blessings there. Not to say that everything is easy. Remember, we're heading towards eclipses, and don't fear eclipses, because they are new moons and full moons. What needs to culminate and finish needs to go. It's all karmic, it's all fated. So we need to trust in the divine plan, in spirit. Okay. Let's see what this dancing through and someone being very experienced, having done this before. It's like doing a dance, dancing into victory. We've got the Seven of Swords. There's intelligence, there's tact, and there's ability here. Obviously, because someone has the know-how, they've done this before. We've got the Chariot. So this could also be a surprise, because we've got a couple of sevens. Yeah, today is the 5th. So we could be talking about the tomorrow, the day after, up until roughly the 11th of the month. Okay, we've got the Chariot here, which can speak to movement, and this is very unexpected. 7 is also, it could be pertaining to the month of July as well. Themes about things going on in July, possibly these challenges here. And we've got a 7 and a 5 on the Hierophant here, and we know that obviously with where Taurus is concerned, or the Taurus part of your chart, Uranus has been there, now having entered Gemini, which is changing sort of the giving Taurus a bit of a breather, and bring a lot of intelligence as Uranus has entered Gemini. So bring us those flash ideas, that that laser view focus, that higher mind. Okay, so there is great intelligence here. We've got 777 here, my dear friends. So 7th of August, very, very important. Pay attention just before Lionsgate. Let's take one more. We've got Temperance. Again, Archangel Michael, which is talking about patience. Now, someone could be flying in, driving in. We've got 2 cards that speak to, well, the Chariot is traveling over land. Temperance is foreigners. And it's Jupiter, so that would speak more to long distance relationships. But whatever the case is, I mean, the word balance comes through very strongly for today's reading, because we've got 3 times, we've got the Justice, 1, 2, 3 times the Justice card, and we've got Temperance. Again, balance will come in after patience. We've got a few cards that speak to patience, nurture, love, and what it is that you're working on. Trust your higher self that there will be second chances. There will be a resurrection here, and you'll be moving towards serenity, calmer waters. What's that? We've got the 9 of Pentacles, 8 of Pentacles, 9 of Pentacles, strong Virgo energies again. 9 of Pentacles is like being in the Garden of Eden, right? Someone knowing their worth. And the 9 of Pentacles is very much the Empress energy for me. I want to take one card on the Emperor, on the Justice card. So 3 of Wands. Yeah, 3 of Wands is like he's waiting on his ships to come in, or he's hoping to board one of those ships to take him where his heart desires. Now, 3 of Wands, of course, is the initial point of success, or it can involve third parties. Let's take one more. Yeah, and there's the Knight. Remember what we were talking about, the Knight of Pentacles here. I do see that there's a lot of worry, that this Emperor is dealing with a lot of issues at this time. One more, as there's an alchemy going on. Lead is being turned into gold. We've got the Page of Wands, which is minor arcana of the Fool. Obviously, there's a new journey that's opening up. Temperance is saying be patient, in due time, through experience. But, you know, this is a messenger as well, a message of enthusiasm and excitement. We've got a 6 of Cups here, which is nostalgia, soulmate energy, emotional balance as well, a possible offer as well. What is that sitting on? It's sitting on the Empress, my dear friends. So, wow. And that's obviously a mother with her children as well that's sacrificed a lot. Okay, there are the 5 cups that she's obviously crying over spilt milk from the past, but those 2 cups are still standing. Okay, let's take the Lenormand. The Empress is waiting on her Emperor. I mean, this could be a love reading, obviously, which is giving us a lot of details. You may want to share it with others. Thank you for liking, sharing, subscribing, and commenting, as it always helps the channel. Always. Thank you. Thanks so much, everyone. What's going on? We've got a bouquet. Queen of Swords. Libra. Relationships. Offer. Flirtation. We've got a meeting here. We've got the Judgment card, and this is a public place. You could see the little round table here in a park setting. This is very Venusian indeed. This is where Venus is rebirthed. Okay, so there is an amazing opportunity here. And this could be at a physical distance from you, because I do see a lot of travel. If this is not physical travel, then it's energetic movement forward. And it's the 8 of Swords, even though 8 of Swords can speak to, you know, the perception of feeling blocked. Yeah, we've got the 9 of Cups, it's a wish fulfillment, and we've got the news that's coming in. There's an ace here. This is the Rider, and it's Mercury moving direct. Lots of quick messages, lots of communication, lots of truths. And it's a heartwarming situation here, my friends. So we see a fair bit of air and then air again. So a lot to do with the perception, communication. But, you know, this also can speak to travel, movement, going abroad. You know, it's the rider that's on the path, moving towards what they desire. So this Mercury moving direct will be very significant. So all of August will be important as Mercury will be passing over the degrees that he retrograded over. So until roughly the 25th of August, that's when we'll know what this Mercury retrograde in Leo was all about. And we've got the sun, beautiful. And the sun can also speak to reconciliation, clarity, healing, confidence, fun, truth, and success. Let's see what's going on in the psyche. Interesting that we didn't see the Wheel of Fate today, but looks like we're at the Hermit position. The Wheel of Fate is a step after the Hermit here. We've also got, we've got Temperance, we've got Sagittarius, Scorpio, we've got the Devil here, obviously, but we haven't actually seen the Wheel of Fate, which is Jupiter. And Jupiter and Venus are connecting, which is a huge blessing. The two benefic planets, wow. In a sign that they both love to be in. There is a big blessing around the 12th of the month and coming up to that. So you can expect a big blessing. Also, a lot of protection. From now until even up to, I would say, even up to the 20th of August, I would say. So look to the area of Cancer in your chart. What's going on in the psyche? Karmic partner. Big dreams. A lot of deception in a karmic relationship, but someone dreaming of a relationship or a dreamy time, a magical time of abundance, creativity, connecting with the people that they love, their tribe, whether it's family, whether it's friendships. Surrender, release. There is a release, possibly of a karmic partnership. Also releasing those rose-colored glasses, taking them off, and speaking truth. There is a lot. We've got so much Libra here. We've got refocus. So a possible return or returning to a situation where we're re-looking at our path and which way we're heading. And there is the Wheel of Fate, which I was just talking about. Divine timing, my dear friends, is at play, and it will come individually for each of us at a different, on a different timeline, obviously. We're all born with different charts. So divine timing is at play, and that's what Temperance is also telling us. Let's take a couple more cards on that Wheel of Fate. We've got destruction, and this would be Uranus, Jupiter. This is spiritual awakening. This is an shocking, but freeing situation because of justice, because of, that's the way it's got to be. It's fate, right? So someone's leaving something that's felt like a destructive chapter in their life. It's coming down. Remember what I was talking about, the building that's coming down? That could be anything. And it's a structure which is also Saturn. Saturn is also the Lord of timing, and he puts up the structures and the blockages. Hopefully Neptune, which is the ability to have the vision, to see through the veil, to have the information, to trust our higher self. Neptune can dissolve those structures or those structures that have been put up that are blocking us and not letting us move forward towards our dream, which would be Neptune. And we've got settling. I feel that there's no more settling. This is needing to move. Even if there are issues relative to children or wounds pertaining to someone's childhood, their upbringing. No more settling, no more trying to keep it stay safe. It feels like the hand of spirit is playing out here, not so much the free will, I would say here. I want one more on that settling, releasing. Yeah, you see the releasing the stuck energies, releasing the second thoughts of staying in a situation that did not work. And this is also, I mean, we see the being able to have the light, you know, as these, I don't even know what they're called, maybe comment and let me know, but these sort of balloons, light balloons, which are beautiful, absolutely gorgeous. It's like being able to see the light through the darkness, right? And there's an observer. We see that here. Someone's trying to decide if they're going to send out that message. There's a dilemma here. Also about checking out someone's social media, communicating, speaking truth, sharing information, about someone abandoning a situation, going through an abandonment, whatever that is. I want to take just one card on that indecision here, on the Page of Swords. And we've got, yeah, 8 of Wands. There will be communication. There will be a sharing of the information here. These are Cupid's love arrows. They are about getting unstuck and knowing which way to go. Yeah. Okay. I think what we will do, there's a child, and the child can speak to a new beginning. Children are in the picture here, but this can speak to happiness, naivety, excitement, right? Childlike happiness and excitement. And we've got the sun and the child, very Leo, as the sun is transiting through Leo, and a full moon in Aquarius. You may be dealing with a Leo or someone that's very, very close, very concerned about their child. I don't know if it's a family situation. Something's going on here. Okay. Yeah, and we've got the Knight of Swords here. So lots of information coming in very quickly. Pay attention, 13 and 31. That's like a flipping of the energies. You may see these numbers. Look out for a sign if you do see numbers that are in reverse, like 12, 21, 13, 31. It's like a mirroring thing. So maybe something going on with the person that you're mirroring, let's say, at this stage in your life. Let's take a message from Spirit. What does the Mythic Oracle, what do the gods want us to know? Now, beginning September, Saturn is going to return back to Pisces. So the mutable signs, Pisces, Virgo, Sagittarius and Gemini, with placements at the late degrees, they still haven't finished up with, you know, there a lot of karmic situations, a lot of hardships, okay? So we're coming into and, you know, moving towards, you know, the second part of the year where we're heading into the Libra season there, then into the Scorpio. It's like going into the underworld, right? So heading towards fall and winter if you're in the southern hemisphere. Nevertheless, planetarily speaking, it's like we're preparing to go into the underworld as we're going into hibernation, let's say, until of course the spring season again. So it speaks to metamorphosis. It speaks to lots of change, going into hibernation like bears do, needing to do the inner work. So we're not out of the woods yet, not until early next year. So we will be revisiting past situations, especially if you're a mutable sign. And also if you're a fixed sign, if you're a Taurus, Scorpio, Leo and Aquarius with late degrees, as Uranus will return back to Taurus and challenge you to make the changes. And if you're not doing the changes yourself, Spirit will make them for you. So the energies will be at you. It'll be harder. So pay attention. This is our message. Okay, thank you for your guidance, dear Spirit. And we've got Prometheus. Wow, this is the energy of Uranus. Uranus in Gemini. At this time, it's called sacrifice, and it's a number 3. This is the light coming from the gods to the people, right? Which is Aquarius energy. Uranus rules Aquarius. Prometheus, who was penalized. I think we had this card recently, if I'm not mistaken. And it's a number 3, which is also the Empress. So Prometheus is telling us that the light will come in. Be patient. Let's read that. Prometheus is a rebel, hero, and champion for mankind. And I'm going to say, pay attention to that full moon in Aquarius. When Zeus overthrew Kronos, creating a new world order, he viewed man as slaves. Prometheus, however, viewed man as more and decided to steal fire from the heavens and give it to man. The power to use and control fire meant power, freedom, independence for man. The power of light, warmth, and food had him hung upside down and forced to have his liver eaten every day by an eagle. Every night his liver grew back, and the process would repeat itself. So the message is a sacrifice for a higher gain is at hand here. On a deeper level, you already know this is needed now, and that something must be sacrificed. It may be comfort, safety, pride, or a need for instant gratification in the form of money, attention, or approval. The requests and desires of the ego must be sacrificed for a higher cause and a higher gain. You may find yourself in an uncomfortable position for a time in order to reach the higher goal, but the richness of living in your truth and living with integrity will far outweigh any discomfort. To live in this way is to be a true hero. The myth of Prometheus is about fighting for a higher cause without the promise of fame, riches, or glory. The act is enough and the consequences accepted. The reward is the contribution. So I hope that collectively this is a Prometheus that will bring the light and the power to humanity. And of course, Pluto transiting Aquarius could be exactly that. Okay, because Pluto is self-empowerment. Pluto is change. Pluto is riches. Okay, and the light, which is wisdom, civilization, knowledge, all the things that are spoken about here are offered to humanity. Even technological advances, which everyone is saying, oh my God, it's AI will overcome and beat the human mind and take over. I don't believe in all that. Uranus is also electricity, Aquarius, and electricity was meant to be given to mankind and not charged, but we're being charged at a very high rate. I do feel that this is a gift from the gods, from heaven, and I do feel that it is the power. Remember, we're talking about information, that information is power, and we're given the light here, which is very, very promising indeed for humanity and for us all individually. So we may be in a comfortable situation right now for a time in order to reach this higher goal, but the richness of living in your truth and living with integrity will far outweigh any discomfort. To live in this way is to be a true hero, and only true heroes will tell you the truth. The rest will try and blindfold you and keep you living in a dream, okay? The myth of Prometheus is about fighting for a higher cause without the promise of fame, riches, or glory. The act is enough and the consequences accepted. The reward is the contribution. And I'm reading it again. What do you believe in? Do you compromise your beliefs so that you can be safe and comfortable? When you contribute to something greater than yourself, do you wait for and expect a reward, or is the act enough for you? Are you willing to maintain your integrity no matter what the cause, no matter what the cost, sorry? What do you need to give up at this time? What is keeping you stuck? Are you ready to live your greater potential? These are all questions to consider at this time. If you are currently making decisions, you must reflect on what your decisions will contribute to others. If you are bored, stuck, too comfortable, or have lost a sense of greater meaning in your life, it may be time to make some firm decisions. And that's what I see is very difficult for the Emperor here. A sacrifice for the greater good must be made at this time, and it is usually the most uncomfortable yet fulfilling direction to go in. Remember that you will only feel a temporary discomfort during transition. Even Zeus allowed, I can't see because there's not enough light, Chiron and Heracles, so that's Hercules, to free Prometheus once he had served enough time. Decide to be a hero now and rise above all mundane attachments. Strive to contribute to the greater essence that runs through all things. And Chiron is transiting through Aries, my dear friends, and Chiron is also retrograde. So maybe where, retrograde planets and retrograde asteroids will, when they're closer to they are closer to the Earth, obviously, so they're very much about power. Okay, so right now we see Chiron, which is the wounded healer, right? The open wound, or the resolution we're looking for, whatever needs to be healed, is in an inconjunction, a difficult aspect over to Virgo. And remember, for those of you that are on Patreon, you may not know, but Chiron was the ruling planet of Virgo back in the days before Mercury was assigned to Virgo. And because Virgo rules the natural sixth house, Chiron is the holistic healer, he's got the art of martial arts. He had all the sciences. He was a very, very intelligent centaur. But an inconjunction says that there are decisions and adjustments that need to be made so that we can find that resolution and heal the mind, body, the soul at this time. And we need to overcome any fears, because Chiron is in the sign ruled by Mars, and in the sign that speaks to the head, to leadership, and to warlike energies. Yeah, well, you need to go to war to find peace. And we may see also an expansion of the wars in the world, but then we may also see a calming down of the energies. So it's like, going through a moment of stress and thinking that the worst is here, but then I feel that there will be a sudden turnaround and positive news coming in. So, and that's how spirit works in incredible ways. So we need to respect, and we need to try and understand through astrology and also through tarot, as we do use mythology, tarot, and astrology here in Divine Debut 11. So if you're with us and you've been with us for many, many years, do share these videos, as this is like you being Prometheus, giving the light to your friends, to your family, because the light is information, it's wisdom, it's an ascension, going from being uncivilized to understanding what the truth is and being civilized. Love and light, everyone. Love you all so much. I'll be back tomorrow with a love reading, and we'll be finishing off the love readings on Patreon. After the 20th, they will be released here to the public, so be patient. I am thinking of doing a membership here on YouTube, but I need to organize that. So, because some of you don't want to be on Patreon at all, but the memberships here on YouTube may give you some extra perks and you may be interested in that. I'd love to hear your opinion if you are interested. And through that, obviously, you help support our work here, and there'll be more that will be offering you through those memberships. So if you're interested, let me know. Just give me an idea if that is the case. Love and light, everyone. I will catch up with you tomorrow.